wrestling with the homies. I'm the homie Qwan, and I'm getting yelled at right now because before we came live, Sylvan was screaming on me about why Seth Rollins' title isn't important and why Cody Rhodes is outshining him. Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
I'm hot, man.
Let us press record first.
I'm hot. When me take out my chains, man, I'm hot.
God,
we gonna get there, man. I'm hot though.
We gonna get there.
I don't like it.
But anyways, I'm the homie Qwan, and as always, I'm joined by my boy Sylvan the Don, Sylvan LeCue.
Yes, sir. It's murder.
And my man's my ace boom coon. We go way back like lumberjack. Jay Cooley.
I guess I'm gonna say G-Unit.
Why did you do it?
He did Murder Inc. He did Murder Inc.
I did do Murder.
I did G-Unit. I don't know.
I've been listening to that Cadillac Ty and Ashanti record.
Hey, Cadillac
Pop City Hustler.
Wow.
Pop City Hustler.
I have not heard that name in like 12 years.
Cadillac Ty, yo. If you wasn't around, first off, you wasn't in the field enough for that Pop City Anthem record, man. Then don't.
No, I remember that. I remember that on Rap City.
Yeah, I know you know Qwan. You know more. You know more than I do. So
I'm a sick man when it comes to music, man.
Yeah, you
are
a
hip hop head, man.
You are a sick person, dog.
Yo,
Qwan was rapping Onyx raps, and I was listening to I Believe I Can Fly. That's how different we are, man.
That's crazy that you listen to I Believe I Can Fly. I hate that.
Hey,
song,
I love that song, man. We sung it, fifth grade.
I hate
just
that
to
song.
paint
My
the
girl loves
picture,
that song.
bro. Just to paint the picture of how sick I am with this music shit. Remember we was driving with Ice, bro?
Yes.
These dudes they almost threw me out the car on the freeway because I played some like obscure Nas song from like a Street Fighter soundtrack.
Bro, yo, look, and I love Nas, man, but that record was just, I couldn't believe, I could not. I know it's not, dog. Like, Nas's parts were hard. Nas's parts were hard. That hook was terrible, though.
Yeah, the hook was terrible, but the bars, this is when we were on our way to Vegas, like 2 years ago, and I was playing, the song is called 101. If you never heard it, make sure you search that up. It's called Nas 101. It's from the Street Fighter soundtrack in like 2000, from like 1996, 1997, whenever that Street Fighter movie came out.
94?
And like, it might have been 94. But Nas was literally rapping about like Blanca and Gallo and Ryu. But like, he was barring it up. And it had like an old beat that like ended up becoming the new case for not a beat. It's fire. It's fire. But these dudes, they was not rocking with it. Like they was legit ready to pull over the car and just throw me out.
I did not like that record. I did not like that record.
Hard,
and I love Nas. I love Nas. I thought Nas's parts were hard, but that hook was so terrible, bro. I couldn't believe what was going on. And I never heard that song. I consider myself like a Nas aficionado, but I never heard that record.
I'm going to check it out.
That was hard. Check that out for sure. But anyway, what's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling this week? How y'all doing?
What's up, Cooley? What's going on with you, man? Ain't you moving? You supposed to be
done
by now, right?
Yeah, I got 2 more weeks left, man.
2 more weeks.
I'm going back. I'm going back to the local. You know, I'm be around my boys. You feel me?
Yeah,
finally. Yeah, we got an event. We got an event tomorrow, yo.
Yeah, we do.
I know, right?
Yo, who's behind the mask, man? That's what we gonna find out.
I can't believe we about to really find out in like person. I'm gonna be so hot. I'm gonna be so hot. Bro, I feel like either way, I'm gonna be hot. Like if it's CM Punk, I'm gonna be hot. If it's Jack Perry, I'm gonna be hot. I don't care. If it's anybody, I'm gonna be hot.
I don't think we finding out tomorrow. And by the time this comes out, like we probably already know, but I don't know if it's gonna be revealed tomorrow.
Really?
Because they haven't said that they were confirming anything. Like, I don't know.
Well, we find out who's the big signing is tomorrow for sure.
Oh yeah, we already know who that is. We'll get into that later. We know. I know who that is, and I know why. I know why they did that, but it is what it is. But I got a feeling the man behind this mask might end up being Roderick Strong.
Oh God,
that's my theory.
What?
Roderick Strong?
Hey, Roderick is hilarious.
Why not? And let's be honest, Roderick Strong is killing right now. Roderick Strong is hot right now. Like I was never really a Roderick Strong guy because facts, but I was never really a fan because like I felt like he was kind of just a wrestler. He didn't really have a character. But these days, him in that wheelchair with the neck brace, screaming, "Adam, I'm your best friend."
Bro, he's hilarious, dog.
Bro, My man, he'll get up from the wheelchair, start like kicking ass, and then like get back in the wheelchair and put the neck brace on. It's like, yo, what is going on?
Hilarious, dog.
It's dumb hilarious. I love it though. I love it.
I like Roderick. I just don't want him to be the devil. But then again, I don't really know who I want this to be. Honestly, I think the only person that I would be okay with is Jack Perry, and even then, I just wouldn't care because I know.
You know who I think?
It feels like it makes the most sense.
I think it's James Harden.
All right.
Hey, James Harden.
James Harden.
James Harden is in AEW. If we want to be honest, because somebody's run right now is looking real James Harden-ish. I'm just saying.
Woo!
I'm just saying.
Wait, what are you saying, Qwan?
Look, it'll all make sense in a second. All I can tell y'all right now is that I feel like Will Smith in I Am Legend when he had to kill his dog.
That's crazy.
Y'all seen Scarface?
That's a crazy.
I feel like Tony. I feel like Tony when he had to kill Manolo. Because what did Nas say? Sylvan always likes using Jay-Z lines on his podcast. But what did Nas say?
I was Scarface. Jay was Manolo. Heard me when I had to
kill him.
And his whole squad for Dolo. He didn't have to kill Manolo, by the way. But
hey, I got to kill somebody today. I hate to do it. Should I just get into that right now, or y'all still want to talk? Because I wanted to ask y'all about that Andre 3000 album, bro.
Oh man! Hey yo,
did y'all listen to it?
I didn't listen to it, but he's a legend. I didn't listen to it. I'm not gonna hold you. I did not listen to it yet.
So you heard it. You definitely listened to it.
I didn't. I was listening to Scary Hours.
Fire.
The Drake drop, which is very fire. Very fire. But I'm probably not gonna listen to that album until I have a moment where I forget that it actually dropped. And then I'm somewhere in nature and I have nothing to do. And I'm like, oh, you know what? This might be a good time to listen to that Andre 3000 album. That's when I'm going to listen to that album. But right now, between the very long titles and the 17-minute run times on each song,
bro,
I am good off that.
17 minutes?
Yeah, 17-minute songs, bro. I'm good off that. Now, I'm pretty sure it's very well done. I just don't care.
I'm gonna just
like
let you know
shouts
right
to Andre.
Now. I'm gonna let you know right now. Do not expect any drums because there's a lot of flutes and weird sounds. There's not a drum in sight. No drums at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, shouts to Andre.
Shouts to Andre,
man. He's doing what he wants to do, and I'm glad. I'm very happy that people are doing what they want to do, and they don't feel compelled to have to fulfill anybody's expectations.
Whoa, y'all so PC. Y'all so damn PC when these cameras start rolling. Hey, audience at home, our group chats do not look like this, man. It's not I love that people are doing what they want. They send that now when the camera's rolling, but in that group chat, we really giving it up on how we really feel. Ain't nobody want no damn flute album from Andre 3000. I love Andre, but I don't want no damn flute album. I ain't trying to hear that.
When the cameras is on, I'm Keith Lee. I'm Keith Lee, man. You feel me?
This is my thing, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to listen to it later.
This is my thing, man. Since we won't get into it, in the group chat, I said this. All right. First off, there was an argument about General Mass's homie universe. There was a general argument about Andre 3K's
GOAT status,
placement in the top 5, top 10, et cetera, right? There are a few people in that group chat who vehemently insisted that he was top 5, even top 10. And I said, no, he's not. And a lot of other people said, no, he's not. And my reasoning personally, specifically my reasoning was that Andre 3K doesn't have a solo rap album to be considered a top 5 MC to me. That's just my prerequisites. Now, do I think he's amazingly talented? Yes. Do I think Outkast is the best group of all time? Not just hip hop group, but group of all time? Yes, I believe that. But if we're talking about MCs, you need a solo album, a rap solo album, in order for me to even consider you to be top 5, top 10, top anything, right? And so I said the fact that he's dropping this album, body of music, et cetera, and it's not rap based and it's his first solo album, I'm like, he can't be considered top 5 to the homie that we were speaking with. I was like, all that top 5, y'all hating. It was like, nah, that's out the window. He's not top 5. Like the argument is dead. But that's just me, though.
But it's interesting you say that, because I can tie that back to wrestling and ask this question: could you be a top 5 like wrestler, or could you be like a GOAT if you've never had like a solo run where you were like champion? You were just a tag team guy. Can you really be a GOAT?
No, not at all.
Damn.
Sheesh.
No.
Damn.
I mean, you could be a great wrestler, but you can't be top 5 if you didn't have a solo run. I'm sorry, that's real. Like, if you're a wrestler and you were just
I kind of agree.
Like, if you're like, damn, what's homie's name? I never know how to say his name.
Who?
HBK's.
Was
he in
HBK's.
Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty.
Jannetty.
So Marty Jannetty, I think is a fantastic wrestler, but is he top 5? Is he top 10, top 20, top 50? No, not at all. He had a bleak solo run and it was okay, but it wasn't anything that was that memorable. We know him for the Rockers. We know him for being the guy that like ushered in HBK. And we need those guys. But if you didn't have a solo run, or if your solo run wasn't really that popping, but you had a great tag team run, no.
What if you have a solo run and every time you wrestle somebody interferes? Is that a solo run?
Yes.
It's a solo Sokoa run. That's what it is.
What are you talking about?
Because without solo Sokoa, it's like, are we winning?
What are you talking about? That's not even moving the goalposts. What are you talking about? Yeah.
I had to reach. I had to reach.
Yeah, man. He was reaching hard.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Pause at reaching hard. I don't even know why I paused that, but still pause. Like,
it feels like
it felt like it definitely should have been paused. But anyway, let's get into these topics, man. Let's get into these topics. Earlier, I was saying I felt like Will Smith in I Am Legend had to kill my dog. I feel like Tony when he had to kill Manolo. Because today, we got to talk about someone that's very near and dear to my heart. But before I go there, I just want to say, look, this is not a piss and moan podcast. This is not a podcast where we just come on here and complain about our gripes with wrestling. Like, it's enough podcasts for that. We got JD from New York and Jim Cornette. We don't want to do what they do. But with that said, this is also not a politically correct podcast. This is not a podcast where we come on here and just massage shoulders in relationships and tiptoe around hard topics because we want to keep, our relationships with certain people. Like, nah, we're not doing that. We're really giving it up on how we really feel about these situations. And with that said, today, I'm Scarface. And the rated R superstar Edge is Manolo, because Edge, my brother, I got to call you to the front of the congregation. Report to the principal's office right now, Edge, because it's time to come clean, my brother. This AEW run, it was a flop. Edge's AEW run is flopping very hard right now. Pause. Edge in AEW is James Harden on the Clippers. It's Michael Jordan on the Wizards. It's Patrick Ewing in a Sonics jersey. And it pains me to say that. It really does pain me to say that, because when you signed with AEW, I was the first person to come on this podcast and say, yo, this is the biggest signing since CM Punk. Matter of fact, I took it a step further. I said, yo, Edge in AEW, this is the biggest signing in AEW history. This is bigger than CM Punk. And oh my God, was I wrong. Because Edge signing with AEW made a splash for like a week. Matter of fact, that's giving it too much grace. Edge signing with AEW had a splash for about 3 days. And then that Dynamite came up on Wednesday and nobody cared anymore. Edge, all you've done in your AEW run is get outshined by Christian Cage on the mic and put on average matches with people that didn't belong in the ring with you.
Jesus Christ.
Am I wrong? And look, no, hold on. I'm not done. I'm not finished.
Yeah, you should continue.
How does Edge theme song start? What's the first words? You think you know me?
You think you know me?
Edge, we thought we knew you because we thought you were one of the biggest superstars in professional wrestling. We thought you were one of the biggest superstars in professional wrestling, but you signed. I'm sorry, but Edge, we thought we knew you because we thought you were one of the biggest superstars in professional wrestling, but you signed with AEW and you didn't move the needle. The needle didn't budge. Matter of fact, the needle did move, but it moved in the wrong direction because right now AEW is doing some of the worst business in its entire history, and you're at the top of it. You're at the helm of it. Right now, AEW is doing some of the worst ratings they've ever done. Right now, AEW has to do buy one, get one free ticket sales to move tickets. To put 4,000 people in a 20,000 seat arena, AEW has to give away tickets for free. That's the type of business that Edge has brought to AEW. He didn't move the needle not one bit. And it pains me to say that because, Edge, you're a legend. We love you. We can never take away anything that you've done for us. We love the spear off the top of the ladder. We love the what was it? The live sex celebration with Lita in the middle of the ring. Like, we can never take any of these moments away from you. Those are legendary moments in professional wrestling. But right now, it's looking funny in the light, my brother. It's looking very funny in the light. Edge signing with AEW was a major flop. And I almost want to go as far as saying that AEW should have never signed Edge. Because not only would they save him from the embarrassment of flopping, because he's looking like Vince Carter on the Atlanta Hawks right now. It's looking like he's past his prime. Not only would they have saved him from flopping, but they also would have saved some bread because it was a waste of money. It was a huge waste of money. I'm sorry. And I want to get y'all opinion on this. But do I sound like I'm crazy? Am I not giving this enough time, or am I right in that Edge in AEW has been a flop up to this point? Somebody tell me something. And I'm sorry for the crash out. I do love you, Edge. This is no disrespect.
Yeah, man, we love Edge.
We gotta be honest about our brothers, man. We have to, and it's looking real bad right now.
So, hey, man,
who's gonna be honest?
It's been a little over a month, and I will say that Edge run has been very, very stale. I feel like those first 3 weeks was very, whoa, and then it's just automatically it's over with. It's like a rinse and repeat cycle with Tony Khan. Now he has a new toy supposedly that he's about to sign, and that's it for Edge. Like, that's a wrap.
Right.
That's a wrap. So yeah, I feel like his most shining moment, like you said, Qwan, was when he was on a mic with Cage doing his back and forth promos, and then after that it's been kind of lackluster since then. And no business has been booming. It's been very dull. But I do think that was an Edge goal when he came to AEW. I feel like he was just at peace and he wanted to go out his own terms, and he just wanted to do what he wanted to do. I don't know if he wanted to. I don't know.
Right, like 50 Cent, dog.
I don't think he caring about the numbers. This man was in the middle of the ring, in front of like 50 people, and he had no reaction. I feel like he's at peace, y'all, because I would have tripped out if that was me. I'm sorry. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But I don't know.
But like Dwayne Wade on the Cavs.
Oh, that was horrible. I forgot that existed, yo. Wow.
Yeah,
but, yeah, very lackluster, I will say. It's been over a month, and yeah, nothing to show for.
Sylvan, is this a flop? Is this a flop? Be honest.
So, look, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to talk about Edge first and foremost. I agree with Cooley. I don't think Edge's goal was to come to AEW and make a difference. I don't think Edge's goal was to go to AEW and rival the company that he'd been with for 20 plus years. I think his goal to go to AEW was to have fun and to be full time and to wrestle on a level that he feels he can wrestle on in a very consistent on a very consistent basis. And I think with WWE, it was very much like, hey, you're older, you're a part-timer, we're going to give you certain dates. There's only so many people he feels he can wrestle. There's only so much that he can do that's still interesting over at that company. I think AEW presents a completely different environment for him to have fun. Now, as far as his run goes in AEW, in my opinion, I think it's too early to tell. It's only been a month. Is my interest still 100% there? Not really. I don't really care necessarily about Edge being in AEW as I first did when he first dropped. But I think that's just when he first debuted. But I think that's just a product of hype, right? The hype always goes down, and then things settle in, and you get used to seeing people on the product. So I think we still need a little bit more time to really figure out how Edge is going to do in AEW, I think we need about 3 months. I think so far he's getting his bearings, and we're going to see if this is actually interesting. But I mean, as far as him being washed, I mean, yeah, he was washed before he came to the product. He was washed in WWE. You know, this is a part-timer having the end of his career served to him. And he was doing it in WWE for those last 3 years, and now he's transferring that last energy back into AEW. So, and let's not forget, AEW as a product in general is kind of down the toilet right now. So we're not just dealing with Edge's lack of charisma, quote unquote, being on this product. We're kind of seeing AEW just struggle in general. So it feels even more like Edge isn't as big of a deal as we thought he was going to be in this company because it's largely because AEW right now isn't feeling that much like a big deal, and we know that.
So look, so I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. For one, this is a business. This is business. We all know Edge is one of the highest paid members of that AEW roster.
Right.
Tony Khan is, huh?
I said rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Tony Khan is not bringing a guy in for that amount of money to have fun. Tony Khan is signing a guy for that amount of money to bring change. WWE is not going to bring Goldberg back so he can have fun. You got to bring an audience with you, my brother. Like, come on now. That's number one. Number two, AEW fumbled Edge, and I'm gonna tell you why. This run is partially not Edge's fault. I mostly blame Tony Khan because
I like that.
It's the truth. AEW has a problem with presenting things as a big deal. If this was WWE or anyone else with like a smart business mind, they would have brought Edge in with some type of anticipation. They would have ran vignettes for days, for months, for weeks. They would have eased it in and built anticipation. So when Edge finally popped up, it was like, oh shit, Edge just arrived in AEW. But instead, 2 days after Edge's contract ran out in WWE, he was already over in AEW. No anticipation, no type of build up, nothing. He just appeared over there. And they didn't present it as a big deal. He immediately went into a mid-card feud with Christian, which is cool because we love Christian and the work that he's doing. But it's like, you just made your biggest signing of arguably of all time, and you put him into a mid-card feud with Christian instead of the main feud right away. Like, you're supposed to make Edge seem like a big deal, present him as a big deal so that the fans believe it's a big deal. But when you present it as a mid-card feud, we're going to accept it as that and move on.
But that's Tony Khan.
I'm saying, Tony Khan. I mostly blame Tony Khan for this. And also, we just got to be honest. We love Edge, and we keep saying the name Edge. But at the end of the day, that's not Edge. That's Adam Copeland. The name Adam Copeland has...
Adam Copeland, man.
I look at it like this, right? Like, Tony Khan isn't really a great booker, and we know this. Tony Khan is he's a fantasy booker. He gives people, his audience, what he thinks they want. Hence why Edge came in and immediately started feuding with Christian and his clique, right? Now, a part of me wants to see that. I very much do. But knowing how to book means, you know what? Edge is probably the biggest wrestler that we're gonna probably have for a while. Let's put him in the main event with MJF right now. Like, let's just get this thing cracking, and let's kind of make us wait for a Edge versus Christian and wonder when it's ever gonna happen. But the fact that we're getting it right now, it doesn't make me feel like I need to see this. You know, it just feels like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna get this match very soon. You know, this feud is gonna be over. It's cool. Like, I'm not that interested. But that's just part of Tony Khan's booking in general. He's a very short-sighted guy as far as booking goes. He's very much about what do people want right now. He has actually the opposite effect that Vince would have. And I mean, look, I still don't think Adam Copeland.
Adam Cole.
Adam Copeland. Yeah, Adam Copeland. I still don't think Adam Copeland Edge has had a flop in AEW. I just think that it's too soon to tell. We need some time. I think you're appropriate to assess how you're feeling right now, though, Qwan, because I mean, and quite honestly, in 3 months, I'm probably gonna feel this way. Like let's just call it a stack. But just from an optic standpoint, I mean, look, man, all right, look. No, he doesn't. AEW, but AE.
Rinse and repeat.
That's Tony Khan. That's Tony Khan, man. Like
nostalgia.
He's just he's a fantasy booker, bro. He doesn't do things. He thinks that he's striking. That's the thing. He thinks he's striking while the iron is hot. He thinks he is. When you're not Adam Copeland, when you're Tony Khan going into AEW and you see how hot Christian is, and you see that you just signed Edge. Oh, you know what? What's the best feud to put him in? Oh, I'm gonna put him in there with Christian. Because everybody wants to see that, right? Now, from a wrestling IWC purist fan, maybe that is what I want to see right now. But from a general masses fan standpoint, you're gonna have to do more build. You're gonna have to present this guy as the biggest guy, like Qwan said. You need to put him in the AEW championship picture, and that's not happening. And you know why it's not happening? Because Tony Khan's a hack. He just doesn't know how to book. And we're going to continue to see this over and over and over and over and over the worst 5 years of the company's existence. I will keep bringing this up. It was the best of times, but now it's the worst of times. And we're seeing it. And it's only because of one man, Tony Khan. It's really unsettling, but I wouldn't put all this pressure on Edge. I think Edge is having the time of his life. And he could care less about trying to change the dynamic of AEW. He just wants to have fun. So it's up to Tony Khan to use him in a way that actually makes change. And he won't. And quite honestly, why should he?
We love Edge. We love Edge, right? And of course we love Christian. These are WWE guys, clearly. And I feel like, putting him in a mid feud with Christian that we've been seeing for the past 25 years is like kind of, all right, bro. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, I do agree with both of you guys. He should have been up there championship level. He should have been, handed the torch and taken off at this point.
And make us wait. Make us wait for him versus Christian, bro. Like, make us build it. Yeah. Make us be like, dang, I can't wait until they cross paths. But nah. Cheap pops. Cheap heat, baby.
Damn.
You got to strike while the iron is hot. Edge had arrived in AEW and the iron was hot. Putting him in a mid-card feud and letting that wear off, come on, man. And my problem is that I'm not even mad that the Christian and Edge feud is taking place, but highlight that because right now when you watch AEW, it's very clear that the show is still centered around MJF and who's the devil and everything that's going on with that. And that's cool. I know MJF is the champion, but at the end of the day, you got to highlight your assets. And Edge is the biggest asset. So highlight that. I don't care if he's not champion. The show needs to be built around Edge. The same way the show was built around CM Punk at one point, The same way WWE shows, and I know Sylvan is going to yell about it in a second, but the same way WWE shows are built around their biggest stars, regardless of if they're champion or not, AEW should be highlighting Edge, man. Edge should not be in the mid card while MJF is headlining. I'm sorry. And I love MJF. You got to look towards the future, but that's Edge. That's the current Hall of Famer. Use that to your advantage. Tony Khan, what are we doing? What are we doing?
You know what he's doing. It's sad, but we're going to see this over and over again. So
Tony Khan, man.
Hope you're having fun, Tony.
Hey, Edge, I hope you having fun. I hope you're having fun out there running in circles, looking like...
We'll see him tomorrow.
Looking like Charles Barkley on the Rockets, man. This is...
That's cold. Man.
And then when Pippen came...
That's cold.
They had a big three. What is Edge even doing at the pay-per-view tomorrow? Do we know? Like he's involved in like Sting's retirement tour.
Yeah, he's doing.
He don't even have his own thing.
Isn't he a partner in? I actually don't know what he's doing tomorrow. To be honest,
I think he is with Sting.
He's like a part of Sting's. He's side
Sting and Darby. Him, Sting and Darby going against Christian.
A makeshift 6-man tag match is what we're looking at.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, I've never seen Christian, so that'll be dope.
Their official faction name, Christian's official faction name is the Patriarchy. So
the Patriarchy.
Yeah. So it's the Patriarchy versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland.
Yo, AEW in these factions, man. Christian
Patriarchy
Cage
is hard though.
Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. That's the faction.
Yeah. You know. Darby and Sting is still undefeated.
Yeah,
they have not lost. They're like
before we get into the next topic, I just have to say, because you said you never seen Christian. Funny story. This is back during the pandemic. Everybody's wearing masks and shit. I'm walking on Fairfax, and I walk past a guy. I look over. I look over again. Yo, you're Christian. He looked at me and said, yo, I am. And then I just laughed, and then we just kept it pushing. But yeah, I ran into Christian on Fairfax.
I would have thought that was Donnie.
Random. And like, I have this thing about me where it's like when I run into certain celebrities, I never know what to say, so I'll just tell them that they're them. So I'll just be like, "Oh shit, you're Tom Cruise." They're like, "Oh, you're Cat Williams," and they're just like, "Yeah." It's like, how do you even react to that? But I just never know what to say. Wait, did you say Donnie Wahlberg?
Bro,
you just call Christian Donnie Wahlberg?
They look like twins, bro. That is insane.
Low key.
Yeah,
low key. But look, man, I want to hear from y'all at home. Please tell me, do you believe that Edge in AEW has flopped? Or do you think I should just give it time and I'm being way too hard on it because it's too early? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you're following us and hit that notification bell. Turn them notifications on because you don't want to miss when we go live and yell at each other about this predetermined wrestling.
Yo, I'm upset.
You always upset, bro.
Nah, but I'm really upset today. Like, I'm usually passionate. I'm not even really, I don't like that. I don't like the you're always upset. I'm not always upset. I'm always passionate.
The homie Otto in the comments, he called you Sylvan A. Smith.
I mean, that's a very high end compliment for me. I really appreciate that. I strive. I could only strive to be as good as Stephen A. Smith is. Pause.
Pause.
I'm very upset today. I'm very upset. I don't like what's going on with this World Heavyweight Championship in WWE. I'm just going to come out and say it. I usually have notes that I write down, and I have topics, and I come into this pod with some type of structure to what I'm saying, but this one's coming straight from the heart. I don't like what's happening with this World Heavyweight Championship at all in WWE. Let me start by prefacing this. Seth, I think you are doing an amazing job. I think you are having a great run. I think you are doing what you are supposed to be doing, which is making this title feel as important as you possibly can. Unfortunately, it is your higher-ups, for some reason, that don't want to make you feel like the biggest deal ever because
he's not the big.
Because there are stars that are more popular at the time right now. Now, here's the thing. We didn't ask for this World Heavyweight Championship belt.
We kind of did.
We didn't ask for this World Heavyweight Championship belt. We complained that Roman had both of these belts, and we were tired of him having both of them, and we were tired of him not losing. But WWE didn't want to have him lose. They didn't want Roman to lose at all. They barely wanted him to be pinned, let alone lose.
Right.
So you gave us the here nigga damn, and I'm sorry to curse. I know our producers are going to be highly upset, but you gave us the here nigga damn award with this World Heavyweight Championship belt.
And shout out to Cooley for coining that term.
Yeah, and shouts to Cooley for coining it because he sure enough coined it. It was amazing. The way it looked is amazing, and you gave it to Seth Rollins, a incredible wrestler with an incredible run. My problem right now is that I have a lot of issues right now. My problem right now is that when I look at Survivor Series, I look at Judgment Day. And Judgment Day is going against this makeshift tag team of Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes. Who is the leader of that team? It's Cody Rhodes. Why is Cody Rhodes the leader of this team? And he is leading our World Heavyweight Champion.
Because he's the biggest star in WWE.
I'm upset. This is absolutely ridiculous. I am tired of this. What are you doing, WWE? You want me to believe in this World Heavyweight Championship. You want me to feel like this is important. You want me to feel like this is on the level of the Universal Championship, but it's not. And you continue to remind me subconsciously when you start shows, you start PPLs with Seth Rollins starting the show.
He opens the show.
He opens the show. And then you remind me again when you send Cody Rhodes, and I like you, Cody Rhodes. I love you. You send Cody Rhodes out there to be the leader of this team with your World Heavyweight Championship holder, Seth Rollins, as a part of it. He's just a part of it. And then you know what? Last Raw, you know why I was really upset? It's because there were two matches made. You had Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn going against the Bums. The Bums of Judgment Day. And who got the main eventers? Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. They got the two guys. Now, I understand people are going to come at me and be like, oh, well, Cody Rhodes is the hottest. Let's unravel why Cody Rhodes is the hottest, right? Cody Rhodes is the hottest because he's just him. Let's just call it what it is. He is the next coming of John Cena. He is the face of the company. My problem is that you have a booking issue because you made him lose at WrestleMania, and now he has to do all these side quest missions until he gets to the Universal Championship belt. Meanwhile, he has to be on the same show as the World Heavyweight Champion, and he can't face him because he already beat him 3 times. 3 times he beat him. And you want me to believe that your World Heavyweight Champion is the baddest, most important wrestler on this show when he is number 2, not only to Cody Rhodes, but to Jey Uso. Not only to Jey Uso, but to Roman Reigns. And into a lot of respects, LA Knight. I'm sick and I'm tired of this. What are you trying to tell me? I'm pissed off. What is your problem, WWE? I didn't ask for this belt. You gave it to me. You told me to believe in it. You told me to like it. And you have Seth Rollins out here busting his butt day in, day out, showing out respectfully at the prime of his career, the most popular he's ever been, and he has to come out last to be on Cody Rhodes' team for Survivor Series against a Judgment Day with Drew McIntyre. And I'm pretty sure Seth's gonna get even more overshine when you guys bring out Randy Orton. You're pissing me off. You're making me upset. Because I want to believe that this World Heavyweight Championship means something. And I don't believe it. No, I don't believe in it. You are supposed to make me as a believer believe in it. I believe in Seth Rollins because I believe in Seth Rollins. I don't believe in his belt. I believe in Seth Rollins.
Always been the case.
I know what you're going to say, Quan. I already know what you're going to say.
You don't.
That's like you're going to come in with this. You're going to come in with this whole spiel about why people are who they are, and if you're hot, you should center the whole show around them because they're hot. They sell the most merchandise. They move the most tickets. I fully get it. The problem is, I don't care about that reality when you're trying to introduce me to a new belt that I should believe in. You want to make that belt important. You're telling me that no. Right now, I don't believe in it. Right now, they're showing me it doesn't matter. Right now, he is number 2 on his whole team at Survivor Series. Right now, he's doing side quest missions against 2 bums from Judgment Day and Last Raw, while the other 2 main eventers, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, are going against the other 2 supposedly top guys from Judgment Day on the same Raw. I am pissed off. You are supposed to make me feel like this belt means something, WWE. Right now, I feel like Gunther's belt means more than this World Heavyweight Championship. I feel like Gunther is more of a threat than a Seth Rollins because Gunther wouldn't dare.
Gunther don't even be on pay-per-views.
Gunther wouldn't dare. Gunther wouldn't dare. I'm talking about the character. Gunther wouldn't dare allow someone else as a World Heavyweight Championship contender or holder to let some other guy be the leader because that's not who Gunther is. That's how I feel today. Qwan, you can give me your spiel about how things have always been, how Stone Cold was always the hottest guy, no matter who had the belt. And of course, you're going to bring that up to me. You know why you're going to bring that up to me? Because you're going to try to make facts to me. And I understand where you're coming from. I get it. But the real fact is that they weren't trying to make a new belt important. That's what's happening right now. I'm pissed off at how this World Heavyweight Championship belt is being treated. Seth, you deserve more. Cody, I like you. I understand what they're doing. I don't have any issues with the wrestlers. I have an issue with WWE. That is my TED Talk. Qwan, say what you need to say so I can yell some more because I'm still hyped.
So let me ask you a question, Sylvan. Let me ask you a question. Actually, no, I don't want to ask you this question. I want to ask Cooley this question because I don't want to get yelled at again. So Cooley, answer this question for me, right?
I'm sorry, my brother.
So Sylvan is saying that Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso and LA Knight, they're being presented as more important than the world champion, right? Right. That's what Sylvan said, right? So what happens when Cody Rhodes wins that world championship from Seth Rollins?
Young.
The belt is more important, right?
Win. What do you mean win? What do you mean win?
Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Oh my! Don't make me take off my headphones. Don't make me take off my headphones. Don't make me do it.
Listen. When
Cody get the belt,
exactly, Cooley. The point that I am making is that put your headphones on so you can hear me. Put your goddamn headphones on so you can hear me.
You dare come on this podcast and tell me when Cody Rhodes is going to win this World Heavyweight Championship
Listen to me
belt?
talk. Listen to me talk. It don't have to be Cody Rhodes. It can be LA Knight. It can be Jey Uso.
Say anybody else.
Of the acts that are hotter than Seth Rollins. When they win the title is going to be hot because the person with the title makes the title hot. The title don't make the person with it hot. When Cody Rhodes is champion, the title going to be hot because Cody hot. When Jey Uso is champion, the title is going to be hot because Jey Uso is hot. If the title's not hot because Seth Rollins has it right now, that just means Seth Rollins ain't as hot as them. I'm sorry. And it has always been this way. You brought up Stone Cold. There was a time when the show was centered around Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon. You know who was champion back then? HBK had title reigns. Mankind had title reigns. Undertaker had title reigns. Kane had title reigns. But guess what? Mankind was not a fucking heel. Mankind was a baby
started off as a heel, and he turned into a baby face.
When Mankind had the world championship.
What, 99?
How long did he have the championship for, Qwan?
It don't matter. He had the champion, and the show was still based around somebody else.
On me. Don't move the goalposts on me.
It's always going to be based around whoever the hottest is. And back then, Stone Cold was the hottest. But we can move it along. We can move it along because there was a time when Jon Moxley was champion. There was a time when Daniel Bryan was champion. There was a time when CM Punk was champion for 2 years. But guess who the show was centered around? The show was centered around I'm sorry. Look, I'm losing my train of thought. The show was centered around John Cena. It didn't matter that CM Punk was champion for 2 years because the hottest person in that company, the person who granted the most Make-A-Wishes, the person that sold the most merch was John Cena. So John Cena was in those main events. John Cena was the centerpiece of the entire show, regardless of who had the title. CM Punk was champion. Oh, well, he's opening the show because John Cena is closing the show. He's the hottest. This is a business at the end of the day. It don't matter about the title. Who gives a fuck if the title is prestigious or not? Who cares? This is a business. We are selling a TV show, and people are tuning in to watch Cody Rhodes. So the show is going to be based around Cody Rhodes.
Let's get it.
I'm sorry.
Let's get it.
I'm sorry.
Who cares if the title is prestigious or not? I'll tell you who cares. We care. We care if the title. No.
What Soulja Boy said?
You're not about to you me, pal. You're not gonna you me, pal. We care about the title being prestigious or not. We care about all titles being prestigious or not. It's all we talk about when we're on these podcasts. I'm sorry. And quite frankly, I only care about this title because it was introduced to me. I was fine watching Roman Reigns have 2 titles and sit on his butt while everybody was doing nothing on Raw trying to figure out if they were going to go against the United States title or the IC title. I didn't care. I had no problems with it. I told everyone when Cody lost, it's good for the company. I respect this. Now that we have a new title, I was like, all right, cool. It makes sense. I understand what they're trying to do. They don't want to have Roman lose. They want to introduce another title. They want to make sure that people can compete because they've been doing this for the past 20 years. Now, my problem is this. If you have a world heavyweight championship title and you want to make it feel important, you make the person who has that title feel important. Otherwise, give it to somebody else. But you know what the problem is, Qwan?
The problem is
you can't give it to Cody Rhodes. You can't give the title to Cody Rhodes because you're playing side mission GTA 6 missions playing on your video games until WrestleMania. So no, you can't have him go against anybody. You can't give it to Jey Uso, right? Because at the end of the day, Jey Uso isn't ready, and we still got to get him over it. You can't give it to LA Knight just yet, right? You know why you can't give it to LA Knight, right? Because LA Knight is just coming in to his whole popularity. So my problem is when you have the world heavyweight champion opening up shows, I don't feel like this title is important, bro. You can't tell me that. I don't like the way that this is being treated. You're not going to tell me that this title feels important. You're not.
Hey, yo, to be fair, Cody Rhodes' dad did make a War Games. So
it makes sense that Cody is the leader.
I'm just saying.
That's his match.
All right.
That's his match.
I'm just saying, man.
I just don't like the way this title feels, dog. It does not. It feels like an afterthought, and the world heavyweight champion should not feel like an afterthought.
Sylvan. It doesn't sound like your problem is that the title feels like an afterthought. It seems like your problem is that Seth Rollins doesn't feel as important.
I knew you were going to say
Cody Rhodes.
I knew you were going to say something
and Jey Uso,
like that. You know, I knew you were going to say.
And that's just what it is. I'm sorry, but
I knew you were going to say something like that.
And wait. I know because you know the real. That's why you know the real. You know your real feelings. You just don't like the fact that Cody Rhodes is a bigger superstar than Seth Rollins right now, and it is what it is. Let's not forget. Let me go back. Let's put some respect on Seth Rollins' name right now. Because you're acting like this title run is just terrible.
I started off saying that this title run was tight.
No, but
not confuse what I'm saying. But I'm saying the title doesn't feel important. That's all I'm saying.
But you didn't put enough respect on Seth Rollins' title run. Seth Rollins' title run has been more entertaining than Roman Reigns' title run, if we're being honest.
Of course, you're going to appeal to the IWC.
Every time Seth... Can I talk, bro? Can I talk? Every time Seth Rollins is out there, he's putting on a match of the year candidate. Right now, Shinsuke Nakamura feels more important than he has ever felt in his entire WWE run, and that is thanks to Seth Rollins. That feud put Shinsuke Nakamura back on the map. Right now, I'm actually invested in Drew McIntyre. I've hated Drew McIntyre for years, but right now I'm invested in Drew McIntyre, and that's due in part to the feud with Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins in this title run is elevating people. So let's not pretend that Seth Rollins is out there floundering right now while Cody Rhodes is at the top of the card just doing his thing, because we all agree that Cody Rhodes' career is a side mission right now. So it's why are we shitting on Seth Rollins?
Why would I ever dump on Seth Rollins? That's literally not the whole agenda of this conversation. The agenda of this conversation,
you're pseudo dumping on Cody Rhodes because you don't like the fact that Cody Rhodes is hovering above that entire division.
I love Cody Rhodes, bro. Give him the title then. Give him the title. You know why you won't give him the title? Because you can't. And because you can't, I have to see Seth, the actual person who's putting in the work with the title, suffer. Okay. That's the whole problem. I'm having a problem with how things are being booked here. I'm having a problem with the fact that Seth is putting on with this title and he's coming out starting PPLs. I mean, PLEs. Sorry, I keep saying PPLs.
You're on PLEs.
Yeah, PP loans. Yeah, PP loans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I need that, baby. PLEs. On God, though. Low key. Like not to get it, but yeah. I have a problem with the fact that he's opening up.
We're idiots, man. We are some idiots.
You guys are
I have
fools,
a problem that
man.
he's opening up PLEs. I have a problem that he's not the leader of the Survivor Series joint, because at the end of the day, he's the world heavyweight champion.
Who
and he's
cares,
putting in the most work. I care because it's a new title. I keep saying it.
It's not a new title. It's a new title design, but it's an old title,
Cody Rhodes
isn't the world championship.
The fact is, Jey Uso isn't going to get this title. LA Knight might get the title. Maybe,
okay, why does the hottest person in the company have to be champion though?
That's how I feel, man. I just have a problem.
But why does the hottest person?
Title.
Damn, you said it's a B level? I don't think it's a B level.
It is a B level title.
It's a B level title, and it's only created because they knew that Roman was only going to have 11 matches this year.
Yeah, and they're treating it that way. They're not even trying to convince me.
They tricked y'all. Like, come on, man.
They're not even trying to convince me that this is not a B level title. They're just like, "Yup, this is a B level title."
But they are, because he's out. Because Seth is out there doing his thing. That's the thing,
bro. He is doing his thing. He's not being cherished.
Why does the person that's the show is centered around have to be world champion? Like, why does Cody Rhodes, or the hottest act in the company, has to be champion? Like, why? Because when John Cena was the hottest act in the company, they made him champion, and he would never lose. He was just always champion. And you know what we did? We weren't happy that the champion was the focal point of the show. We were pissed. We were mad. We were tired of seeing. I keep saying CM Punk. Look, I'm Survivor Series. We were tired of seeing John Cena as a smiley baby face that everybody loved with the title. We did not want to see that. So why are we clamoring for that now with Cody Rhodes or Jey Uso or whoever? Like, why do we want that all of a sudden? The champion doesn't have to be the focal point all the time.
I don't think the champion has to be the focal point all the time. I'm just saying right now, I'm really tired of the fact that the first champion of this new world heavyweight championship.
But he's not the first. This is a title it's a new design, but it's the same goddamn world title that has always been. We all know the lineage. This is the world championship.
We do know the lineage. We do know the lineage.
It's a new design, and it's ugly as shit, but it's this old ass title.
We do know the lineage, but they didn't present it to us that way. They made this a big deal. They tried to make us feel like this is a big deal, and they're not treating it like a big deal. Don't make me look crazy out here. That's what I'm saying. Like, as a fan, I can say, oh yeah, you know what? This is just a world heavyweight championship belt, and we've always had one. But nah, y'all presenting it in a way where I should feel like this is a big deal. So start it off. We always talk about striking when the iron is hot. They're not striking when the iron is hot. They're just using Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins is safe. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to be great. And because he knows how to be great,
maybe they're rewarding Seth Rollins. Maybe they're rewarding Seth Rollins for his hard work. This man took loss after loss after loss after loss all 2022. Maybe this is just WWE's way of saying, you know what? Here's the world championship. Go hold that for a year. Go put on match of the year candidates. Go make that hot. And then by the time we get to WrestleMania, you can pass that off to the next man. How about that? Why can't we just be happy for Seth Rollins for having his reign, man? Why we got to cry and complain because Cody is at the top? Like, who cares, man? Who cares?
I'm not complaining
it's always been this way.
I'm complaining that this title doesn't feel like it's important. That's always been my issue. I love that Cody's on top.
As long as Roman Reigns exists with his championship, there's going to be no other titles on that championship's level. I'm sorry. It don't matter who got it.
At least make me feel like it could be. They're not even trying. Like at least I miss SmackDown versus Raw in 2004 and 2005 because at some point we all thought that Raw was the bigger title, but was the bigger show. But when you tuned in, SmackDown was the one that was
whatever
show
cracky. Cena was
and
on,
they
was
were
the
to beat, and but even in that time when Cena was becoming Cena, he wasn't completely Cena yet. Paul Heyman was making it feel like SmackDown was the place to be, even though Triple H was having the whole reign of terror with the prominent with the prominent belt, right? Like you made me feel like, oh, I don't know which belt and which show is more important. And now it's not. It doesn't. You don't even feel that way, bro. And you're giving me this new title to be invested in, and I'm invested in Seth Rollins. I love Seth Rollins. I'm invested in his reign, and that's why I feel like I don't want to feel like he's an afterthought going into Survivor Series when he's the champion, and it just feels like the champion is secondary. And I don't like that. I don't like the way that feels with a new belt that's being introduced to me. Sorry, that's how I feel.
That belt is definitely secondary.
It sure enough is.
Hey, that belt is gonna be secondary regardless of who holds it. Unless Roman Reigns comes to Raw and wins that too, that title's gonna be secondary. I'm sorry, but like I said, Seth Rollins is doing his thing. He's having an incredible reign, and once he passes that title off to the next hottest man, the title just gonna be hot. So. The man makes the title. The title don't make the man. Yeah. Y'all talk about the title like it's a prop. Y'all realize that. Like the title ain't this big prestigious thing that as soon as somebody wins it, they become the man. Like it don't work like that, man. You got to work your way up to be the man. And then once you're the man, you get that championship and you make it what it is. I'm sorry. But I want to hear from y'all at home, man. How do y'all feel about this? Is Sylvan right? Does the title feel secondary? Is Seth Rollins being presented as a lesser man than Cody Rhodes, and do y'all have a problem with that, or is it is what it is, man? It is what it is. Let us know.
Or is it is what it is? It's crazy.
It is. It is what it is.
There was like no. There was no opposing.
I was about to say, or
it was just, or it is what it is.
I was about to say, or is Seth Rollins on Cody Rhodes level? But we all know that ain't the case. We all know Cody Rhodes is up here.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins and everybody else is down here. Besides Jey Uso and LA Knight, it's a 3-man show. It's really a 3-man show. It's Jey Uso, LA Knight, and Cody Rhodes. They the hottest. And then everybody else is just a level beneath them. And it's crazy to say that because Seth Rollins is one of the biggest stars in like the world. Like as far as WWE and wrestling goes, he's one of the biggest stars, but they hotter.
Yeah, I never want to like Seth and Cody. Like I'm not shitting on. Excuse me for my cussing, man. I'm our producer's gonna whoop us, but pause. But like at the end of the day, like I'm not. Yeah, I said pause. But at the end of the day, like I'm not like dumping on y'all, man. I want to feel like this championship belt is the number one thing and the number one priority on the show, and it doesn't feel that way right now. It just feels like. It feels like it's important to a certain degree, but it doesn't feel as important as it should be. And maybe I need to give it more time. Maybe somebody else will get the belt and it'll feel even more important. But
is it just the storyline right now that you got a problem with? Because like, did you feel like the title felt important when he was feuding with Shinsuke, and we all wanted Shinsuke to win that? I felt like this title just never felt important.
I just felt like I was having an issue with how I was having like minor issues with how Seth was being booked with his title defenses. Like it was like there were a few title defenses that were like main events, but for the most part it was like he was opening PLEs and it just felt like his
PPL so bad.
Yeah, I did.
PPL.
He was opening PLEs. It just felt like the segments at the end weren't really centered around him. They were centered around Cody, and it was like cool. All right, bet. But at the end of the day, this belt is like the belt to go for on this title. But I think what really tipped me over the edge was realizing that Cody was the leader of Survivor Series with a WWE World Heavyweight Championship holder on the same team. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like I don't like that. And then they doubled down by putting Seth and Sammy against JD and Dom, and then. And you know what I mean? It's like, bro, like, what are y'all doing? So, like, why couldn't it have easily been Seth and Cody versus Oh, I get why. Because Cody and Jay have a tag team makeshift, right? Okay,
because it's really because they didn't want Finn and Priest to lose. But when you put Sammy and Seth in there, it's easy to give them a win over JD and Dominic Mysterio. That's honestly really what it is. They needed somebody from Judgment Day to lose, and they're not going to have Finn and Priest lose. So send the minions in there. Like we gotta look at it from a further perspective, man. We can't just base it on our emotion all the time. You got to look at it from a logical booking aspect as well.
I understand the logical booking too. Like I get that, but it also just feels like, and I understand the protectiveness, but it's like, at what point does protection forsake perception, right? Like at some point, I have to look at whether or not you're booking your world heavyweight champion to feel as important as he could feel. Like, I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? It's just like, bro, at the sake of protection, at the sake of, we don't want to make these people lose. We don't want this to feel like this. It's like, well, people are getting bullets. You know what I mean? Like, Seth should be the most important thing right now if we're trying to make this title feel good. I don't care Cody's going to be Cody regardless, but he shouldn't be the leader. He should not be the leader, bro. He's not the champion.
Hey,
the champion should be the leader.
Cody, the number one guy over there, man.
Right.
They're going to put him up front.
Right, and we're gonna get into the rundown. I guess what Sylvan is saying that he wants Triple H to book more like Tony Khan and not highlight the stars. he wants to highlight the MJFs of the world and not highlight the edges. I get it. He wants that AEW booking, but you can turn the channel to AEW, my brother. Cooley.
Oh, yeah, move right on, right? Yeah, because
what you got for us for the rundown,
you know you wrong, Qwan. You know you wrong, Qwan. You know because your company
I'm right, baby.
That
I'm
great.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You come over here and start,
I'm about done with AEW, man. I'm gonna be in that building tomorrow, cheering my ass off though. But
hey, we're going crazy
I
tomorrow.
I hope nobody sees this and be like, yo, what's up, AEW?
Somebody gonna
fire on us, dog.
Somebody gonna fire on us.
Hey, y'all wrestling with the homies, right?
We gonna get banned from the building, dog, for real. They ain't gonna like us.
I can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah,
facts.